from Weiss.
Give it up for Linda Marcus Smith, everybody. It's great to be here. Thank you, ladies, for coming on out. It's great to see people's faces again. Are we all sick of the mask? We're sick. I don't see anybody with the mask. You know what that means? No mentally ill people here. That's good. We know the ones that are still wearing the mask. And sometimes you see the people that wear a mask, they're wearing like 3. You just want to punch them in the face. Like, what's wrong with you? I want to punch them in the face and go, stay safe, don't worry about it. And then you'll see this. They're driving alone in their car with 3 masks on like this. Like they're Darth Vader. What's wrong with these people? But here's the thing. I want to take all the masks, put it in a big pit, and set it on fire. And the only people that should wear a mask at this point, as far as looks goes, if you're like a 5 and below, you should definitely wear a mask. You don't know what number you are? Take a mask out and hand it to your friend. You need this today, you ugly motherfucker. You know, it's so weird. Us comedians, during the pandemic, we weren't allowed to do comedy inside. Because all of a sudden we're outlaws if people are going to die of COVID if we tell a joke inside. Like we're a plague, you know? But we were allowed to tell it in every weird place imaginable. Every time I got invited to a show, to do a comedy show during the pandemic, it felt like a mob hit. It's like, Evan, I have a great show for you. Meet me in the middle of Central Park at 12 a.m. You're going to kill me, aren't you? You're a made man. Don't worry. You're going to be passed at all these clubs. 12 a.m. All right, I'll do it. No, I'm not going to Central Park. Would you do that Central Park at 12 a.m.? No, absolutely not. Then I got another call. My friend calls me up. Evan, I have this great show for you. Meet me on the 7 train. I met him on the 7 train. I go, okay, where's this show? He pulls a microphone out of his back pocket and goes, who wants to hear some jokes? They go, shut the fuck up. Bring back the dancing homeless guy. Another guy calls me up. It's like, Evan, I am producing a rooftop comedy show in Brooklyn. A rooftop comedy show. And they said, you think it's a good idea to take a bunch of already suicidal comedians, have them do jokes on rooftops? Evan, how'd you do tonight? Well, I did great. We lost 3 other comedians. I'm moving up in the comedy world, 1 push at a time. So ladies, how do I look? Do I look fat still? That's right. I've been seeing a nutritionist and I was walking every day during the pandemic. And during the pandemic, I lost about 50 pounds. Thank you very much. And since the pandemic's over, I gained about 65 pounds back. Thank you. Thank you. So I've been working out every day, but sometimes I forget I have to stop eating because I like work out and have a chicken parmesan and then have pizza on top of that and Taco Bell, and then you gotta have a dessert, right? You gotta have ice cream. So my nutritionist, she has all these stupid little sayings. So because you can't out-exercise a bad diet. You ever hear this? You can't out-exercise a bad diet. And I have my little sayings for her. Shut up, you whore. When I started gaining weight, I noticed she started gaining weight with me.
Oh, that's cute.
She opened up, yeah, exactly. She opened, because I had to have a food journal. She opens up my food journal. She goes, Evan, what does mozzarella cheese mean? I go, well, I ate a whole block of mozzarella cheese. She goes, you can't be doing that. I go, why, do you want some? She Goes, Evan, put the cheese down, get the fuck out of my office. What the fuck's wrong with you? So I know she started gaining weight too. And she's lecturing me, you can't be eating like this, you can't be eating out, you can't be eating this, you can't have a whole pizza pie. I'm like, shut up. I'm getting pissed off at this point. At this point, I got so mad, I said, well, you're gaining weight too. You know what she said to me? She had the nerve to say this to me. She goes, well, I'm pregnant. And I said, so am I. So I was going back and forth to Florida, and my dad started getting dementia. He started getting a little senile. He started seeing imaginary people. And I went to his apartment. He goes, Evan, thank God you showed up, because there were 9 guys here playing cards, and they all vanished into thin air. I didn't know what to tell them. I said, Dad, they found out you're really good at cards. They ran away. But thank you. But here's the thing. From that point forward, every time I would go to Florida, I would take all the cash out of his wallet. And when he asked me where his money is, I go, Dad, you have a gambling problem. Get help already. I don't know what's wrong with you. So I do live on Long Island. And
so do we.
Where do you live, ladies?
Where do you live?
Okay. I already know where you live. I'll be at your house later. Don't worry.
He knows because I
know.
put in my address.
Yes. Relax. I don't have your address. Don't worry. These are jokes, people. Relax. Wink, wink. So I do live on Long Island, and my engine went in my car about 2 years ago. And during the pandemic, I started walking places, but I live like 2 miles from the stores. But if you live on Long Island and you start walking places, people think you're kind of crazy. Because we don't walk places. Unlike here in the city, you walk places, you can go like across the street, there's a store. But if you start walking places on Long Island after the first week and a half, people start to think you're the town crackhead. Especially on days I have to do my laundry, I would get out my shopping carts, walk 2 miles to the laundromat. First time in my life I made $75 to do my own laundry. Then I go to a car dealership, that's always fun. You ever go to a car dealership? He goes, what do you do for a living? I go, well, I'm a comedian. He goes, oh, you're homeless. You have any other sort of income? I go, well, sometimes I like to collect cans. He goes, oh, you're a crackhead. I go, listen, I don't need to be insulted any further. I will take my shopping cart right now and my laundry and never coming back to this Maserati dealership. So I actually liked the pandemic. I wish they would bring that back because it was my dream job. The government was paying me to stay home and not do anything. It was kind of like what I did in high school. It's like, you're never going to get a job doing something like that. You watch, Mom. You watch. Stay home in high school and masturbate, and the government will pay me. Someday I'm going to be paid by doing this, staying home and masturbate. You watch. You know the saddest part when the checks stop coming in? That's the saddest part. I had to what's the word? Work. Working. So the quickest thing I was able to do, I started doing Uber Eats. I mean, not just ordering. Yeah, I did that too. I started delivering people Uber Eats. I didn't know what I was doing. I was taking every single order on my phone.
You didn't have a car though.
I got a car. I got a new car. Relax. She's taking notes, keeping up with the story. All right. You never got a car. All right. I needed a literal explanation of every single joke in my notes. So I started doing Uber Eats, right? I started taking every single order on my phone First order, I didn't know what I was doing. I took a Taco Bell order. I was gonna be making $3 to deliver somebody's Taco Bell. I was like, screw it. It's 2 miles away. I'll do it. And it was an apartment complex, and she didn't give me her apartment number. So I'm waiting there, and I have to call her up on the phone, and I'm like, hey, I'm here at the apartment complex. What door number? She's like, 4H. Okay, what PIN number is it? Because sometimes you have to get that PIN number. She's like, listen to what she said to me. She goes, I'm not giving you the PIN number until you hand over my Taco Bell. All of a sudden, we're at a crossroads. We're at a dilemma. We're at a Mexican standoff for the ladies' Taco Bell. I didn't know what to do. I look around. I'm like, screw it. I just ate a Taco Bell. I threw a bag and I ran away. You guys were great. Enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you. Good night, everybody. Back up here, Linda.
Keep it going, girl.